Copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news, reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit educational or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Viewer discretion is advised.
2 months since these deadly wildfires in Maui, now people are getting their first look at what happened to their homes after the flames swept through the historic town of Lahaina. Fox's Gurnell Scott was there as people saw the destruction for the first time.
It's an emotional day in Hawaii. Residents of the burned-out town of Lahaina returning for the first time since the deadly wildfires that killed dozens back in August. Many are coming home to little more than ashes, the fast-moving flames virtually wiping out entire neighborhoods. Local officials say they'll be out in force to help anxious homeowners with logistical questions, but the main focus at this point is mental health.
Maybe collecting information, photographs for insurance purposes. But most important is getting that closure. For many of them that left in the midst of the fire, this is going to be their first opportunity to go back and really see what's left.
But not every homeowner will be allowed back on this first visit. Only 464 properties have been cleared for visitation by the EPA, compared to more than 2,200 structures reported damaged or destroyed. Most residents who did get back to Lahaina on Monday said their top priority was recovering personal possessions.
My wife said, I do not have any picture of my dad because it all went up to the fire.
Meanwhile, aid is still pouring in for those who lost their homes and businesses. The Red Cross is helping to care for some 7,600 people, about 78% of Lahaina's population, but they say they're running out of resources.
We're looking for more of those, more partners that can come alongside of us for this journey and keep this investment moving forward.
Shalom, beloved brothers and sisters, Jews and Gentiles alike. Welcome. This is your humble servant, Big Levi, and today is Levana, September the 25th, 2023, and it's currently 8:49 p.m. Eastern Time, pre-recorded. Shalom. Great glory to the Mighty One. Welcome, beloved. We want to thank every single person that watch our channels, that are waking up and seeing this is Esau's trouble, the so-called 83. They are in deep, you know what? So the Mighty One is in the midst. The Holy One is all over. This thing is everywhere around the world. There's a lot they are not telling us. Then again, with the whole Lahaina thing, we went into that multiple times. Maui, the whole thing. I do not get involved with conspiracy theories because a lot of those people trying to take the credit away from the Mighty One and give it to Oprah and The Rock. Of course, Oprah and The Rock, they are two black folks. Of course, beloved, they always have to find a way to blame this upon people that look like us, thus mean they'll blame it on us. Okay, I don't get involved with things like that. I know this thing was divine. It was caused by the Heavenly Father. Judgment came in upon this land. A lot of people lost stuff and still are losing things, and now they are talking about like, oh, the Coast Guard is there and then they need more resources and stuff, while in your face they are taking all those money, they are sending it to Ukraine so they can fight for freedom, so they can fight the Russian because freedom. You know, the war in Iraq and Afghanistan, there's no more war for those folks because that's why they make most of their money, you know, going to war, which is not war at all. They just go to other countries and plunder their resources, rape their women, rape their men, rape their children, and take everything that they have and brought it here and squander it again. So now there's nobody left to rape, so they are raping each other and killing each other. And then they are under the guise of freedom. And you know, the so-called 83, it's a word that they value above all words, freedom. You if you want to destroy 83, tell them about freedom. And you know how you tell them about freedom? By telling them that those that don't do what you tell them to do are slaves. For instance, if you want to bankrupt 83, if you want to make them beg unto you, tell them having a job is being a slave. You're slaving for someone else, for somebody else. They all be proud, and they'll be very proud, and then quit their job, and they are not humble themselves, and then they go on out there. Or if you're working 9 to 5, you're a slave, because they are seeing a lot of our brethren or sisters or people are starting businesses or making a bunch of money, and then they try to discourage our people out there to do the same as them. Don't work, don't do anything, don't be part of the system. Suddenly now no one want to be part of this system. What system? What system? You mean the Babylonian system that we build for you, we give unto you, that righteous system that you took, you perverted? Remember, Daniel was the one who built Babylon. Okay, our people was the slaves, so to speak, that built Babylon, that gave Babylon the whole wealth. The moment they get the wealth, they go out there, they do all sort of things, and now they don't have anything. And then when we are building our system back, and they are discouraging, oh well, you don't need to do anything. You don't need to do this because the elite gonna take over. The elite gonna take over. I don't know what the hell is going on with those elite. They're always in everything. Whatever that you're doing, well, the elite's gonna take over. They are draconian, reptilian, super being, giant wings. They are super fast. Don't mess with them. They are the Nephilim. They are the sons of Nephilim. They are so smart and everything. Be afraid of them. Don't challenge them. Don't do anything. Don't even talk about them, because that's what they are. Earth gonna be destroyed. They're gonna rule the earth, and then you guys are acting out as if this earth is unprotected. You acting out like this earth is some kind of savannah, some kind of free range jungle. And someone can just go over there and black the sun. Oh, Bill Gates gonna black the sun. The United States or China have devices that can control the weather. They can set fires and stuff. You guys act like those guys are gods upon this earth. You're always bringing the bad and then make it seems like it's for everyone. You never told them, well, luckily for us Gentiles, there is a race of God beings in the midst of us. Although we did them wrong, we had enslaved them, but their father, their mother, their whole family is here, and they are being put back on power. And when the righteous are back on power, the earth will rejoice. You will have technology that are beyond anything you would possibly imagine. You won't die. You will live heavily after. You will travel out of space. You will go to other planets. You'll see how our people are living. Okay, we are the one that effed up here. That's why we are paying for all of stuff. But when we come back online, we come back on the top, we become the head, things gonna be good. You never told them there's a group of people here that are well protected. Don't mess with them, because the Holy One is their father. They have the bloodline in the midst of them. They are going to destroy what you're calling the so-called the elite. They're going to destroy everything. They are destroying everything. Everything that's happening here is their fathers doing it. And we should rejoice with them and join unto them and give them what we have stole from them. No, you're raising the elite. You're raising those so-called 1%. Oh, they are doing this, they are doing that. Yeah. They are the same elite that own those homes, that own the insurances, that go over there and spend millions of dollars in their vacation, destroyed because, oh, they want to reset the system. Yeah. No. You see, when those people wanted to reset the system, you know what they did? They enslaved us. That's how you reset the system. That's how you become rich. Have you seen that around the world, all the so-called developed countries have extreme issues of producing? And I mean in all front, they can't produce monetary fund, money, and economically speaking, financially speaking, they are going backwards, and they can't reproduce on a human level. Their fertility are going down, because why? The blessing is done, and we are not in the midst of them. You can only acquire huge wealth if you are a direct or indirect benefit of slavery, chattel slavery. The Inquisition, which is the Catholic Church, was the main beneficiary of our wealth through Europe, through Asia, through China, through Japan, through Africa, through here, all over the world. The only place they could not conquer is below the earth, under the earth, subterranean, Antarctica, and Arctic, and other places that our brethren are living there. That's why they have trouble all around the world. They can't make money because they don't have any more slaves. They cannot enslave us anymore. Okay? Back then, whenever they want to do reset, they enslave our people, make them work for free, don't pay them, and take that huge amount of wealth and then distribute it against among themselves, okay, properly, and keep us out of it. Now all the wealth is gone. There is nothing left. And you people are beat. Our punishment is over, O ye Zion. Now the daughter of Edom and all the other harlots and whores that was with that daughter of Edom, they are going to pay. They are paying right now. That's why you see these things in Libya, Morocco, China, Bangkok, Thailand, Philippines, Europe, Africa, and the Caribbean and Haiti, all over. I do not talk about the whole thing concerning the Dominican Republic and Haiti because we talk about those stuff privately, members only, and we've been talking about it for the past 3 years. This has to happen, and you will see once this thing planted over there. We told you to keep your eyes on Haiti. We weren't playing. Keep your eyes on Haiti and keep your eyes on the sea, the ocean of Haiti. And once you see what will happen 5 years later, and then you will see good stuff there. It's supposed to happen. We don't talk publicly like that. Now, beloved, we have quite a few of the tabs here, and we're going to see if it is indeed Esau's trouble or those people are preparing to bring Jacob's trouble. You just watch the so-called National Guards over there trying to help those people. The so-called FEMA are too busy. They are too busy getting their stuff together. They are too busy going around and trying to help, running out of money, begging for more money. They are too busy. Okay, they don't have the time to round up our people and put them in Jacob's trouble. They can't. They do not have this type of power. Now, beloved, let's go ahead to the next video and see what's going on with those people.
A houseboat is engulfed in flames. Jump! Jump! On board, 25 passengers, including 7 kids and a 2-month-old baby. Get the baby! The adults jump into the water and struggle to stay afloat. You can see a panicked mom holding the infant. This guy climbs from the upper deck to the lower one seeking safety. They use an air mattress as a flotation device. Get a life jacket!
We were so scared that the boat was going to explode.
Jake Cahoon and his wife Courtney witnessed the drama unfold on
Well, this dude name is Jake, of course. For the people that are watching, what is the proper name, or what is the common name for Jake? What does Jake stands for? Now, beloved, of course, you do see what's going on here, okay? Those people think they are safe because they're underwater. Okay, well, we're gonna leave off grade. We're gonna leave the city because when the grade go down, when the grade go down, we're gonna be in the city. We're gonna be out of the city, and we're gonna leave on the boat. Nothing gonna happen to us and stuff. Up until now, okay. And this smoke, it looked like some kind of, this is like a mouth right here and nose. Let me see if I can enlarge this. Of course, this thing going to acting up. There we go. Okay, there we go. This look like a mouth. I don't know. Maybe I'm the only person that see this. This look like a mouth. Okay, let's see. This look like teeth, mouth, kind of like the tongue sticking out, or the tongue is inside. It's like pink. It's like the nose right here, and the eyes and the forehead, and it's like a huge hair, like dreads, I don't know, go behind. And the fire look like a goatee, like a full beard man. I don't know. Maybe I'm the one seeing this. If you can see it too, give the Holy One great glory. All right. So you see how the Mighty One is destroying those people's houses and home and whatever they have out there. It is being destroyed. Okay. And they are watching that, beloved. Okay. They are well aware and they are seeing the destruction of their own people. Okay. How long we're into this thing? Oh, good grief. Let's keep on going.
Owl in Utah. That's Jake in the purple baseball cap yelling.
Okay, so again, beloved, if you watch, let me see if I can put, there we go, right here. A little bit over there we go, right here. Now this fellow, his name is Jake, and he has a purple hat. Okay, anybody know what that means? Jake in a purple hat. For those of you that study with us, and for those of you that know spiritually what that is, spiritually the meaning of this, because all of those things, beloved, they are communications from the angels to us, from the mighty one to us. Okay, those are the signs. That's why they told you. Well, if you watch the news and you see numbers, or you watch TV, you see numbers, this is witchcraft. If you watch the fire, this is witchcraft. You watch the stars, this is witchcraft. You watch the eclipse, the stuff, the moon, the astrology, this is witchcraft. Because there's messages under here. This fellow name is Jake, aka Jacob. He has a purple hat upon his head, which is purple is the color of kings, royalty, so to speak. Now the hat, of course, the cap that is upon his head, it symbolizes a crown. Jake is being crowned. Jacob is being crowned. No more Jacob's trouble. You see, it is Jacob that come over there to the rescue, telling them to get out. Symbolically speaking, those that Jacob told to get out, or the so-called, whether they are our people or 83s that jump out of this burning house, okay, which is the system, whatever Babylonian system, the church, or whatever those people are doing out there. This thing is being burned down, and they flee to the water, and then the water is not safe too, okay? But Jake is on his own boat, and then he called out. This is symbolically, beloved, okay? That's what we get here. Of course, with the name of 20, with the number houseboat 25, 2 plus 5, you know what to do. Everything is in here. You just need to open your astral mind, your spiritual mind, to see exactly what's going on.
In the purple baseball cap, yelling.
These people had literally minutes to get off the boat. Like, it happened so fast.
The family of 25
Again, beloved, listen to what they say. This thing happened so fast. They literally have minutes. It's not like something that happened progressively or gradually. It's just instantly happen. And you're gonna have to act fast, man. You're gonna have to act very fast to get out, because if you don't, hey man, this could be something else here.
The final days of summer on the houseboat when they heard a large boom. The engine reportedly exploded. Within minutes, the entire boat was ablaze, and the family was desperate to get everyone to safety, including that 2-month-old baby.
Now, when you say the last day of summer, I believe the first day of summer begin in June the 21st, and then it ended in September the 21st. Today is the 25th. So I believe we are entering the fall, which is autumn. Is that what that is? Please correct me if I'm wrong. And then after autumn, we're going to enter spring. Our new year is going to be here. And after that, we will enter the winter and wait, hang on. No. After fall, we will enter, after the summer, we will enter a winter. And after the winter, we will enter the spring, and then summer again, with the whole thing backward. Okay, after winter, after summer, fall, after fall, winter, after winter, spring, after spring, summer. There you go. That's the proper way. So now, beloved, we are entering the fall. Again, each of those seasons, okay, 21st and 21st, they begin with the zodiac sign. I believe we are entering the house of, is it Capricorn? I'm not quite sure which house that is. September the 25th. Let me check it right quick here. You know what? Let me check it in the computer. There you go. Of course, this thing gonna have to do this. Oh, what time is it? Let me go ahead and put this thing on silent first. There you go. Put it on the vibration. Let's check September the 21st. Which house is there? Okay. Zodiac sign for September 21st.
Virgo. According to USA Today, Virgo, August 23rd to September 22nd.
Oh, no, that's September 20. Let's. We're still in Virgo. I believe the next will be Sagittarius. The next house. No. Are we in Sagittarius? Yes. Zodiac sign for Sagittarius.
According to Britannica, in astrology, Sagittarius is the 9th sign of the zodiac, considered as governing the period from about November 22nd to about December 21st.
All right. I think is it not Sagittarius, Capricorn. Boy, I'm terrible at this thing. Today is the 25th. September 25th, zodiac sign.
According to
Libra.
USA Today, Libra, September 23rd to October 22nd.
All right,
Work your magic behind the scenes. Plotting for change. Get out a notebook.
Hey, well, we are in the house of Libra, which is the element is air. So we are seeing these things going on down there. And all those things, we need to pay attention to them, okay? And then again, like we said, beloved, every single person of you that are watching this, you must know what your element is. For instance, there is 2 elements that is at play here, the electromagnetic fluid, fire and water, okay? Which one is your element? Is air your element? Is earth is your element? Is fire your element? Is water your element? Which one is your element? Which one you need to become accustomed, or you need to know your element, point blank period. Is water of your element? You need to be, some of the time, go to the beach, go to the sea, go in the middle of the ocean, go to the rivers, the lakes. If fire is your element, you need to light up a candle, meditate, pray, watch. If air is your element, you need to go on top of the mountain, feel the air, breathe. If the earth is your element, ground it, and things like that. Become accustomed with your element. The mighty one created the element. Okay, you have power over them. You're not supposed to be afraid of them, like, oh, I don't want to do this because it feels weird, because the church said it's something else. All right, but let's keep on moving. Get the baby.
The baby! You can see the baby being handed to another family member in the water.
Nobody had life jackets on.
Yeah.
And so imagine trying to swim with
a baby.
Like a baby.
Never went under.
Jake and Courtney managed to help 14 people onto their boat. Get them life jackets! You had more than a dozen people come onto your boat. What kind of condition were they in?
They were shaken. Everyone was crying.
After everyone was safely off the houseboat, another explosion erupted.
There you go.
It's a miracle that everyone is okay.
So, what you see here, you see Jake and his, well, I'm assuming his girlfriend or his wife went over there and taking care of them, saved them in his boat. Okay, so their boat, their home, they caught on fire. All they hear is a boom. And then again, beloved, those folks, they never seems to explain exactly what happened, what caused this. You never heard anything. Some boat caught on fire, people got saved, and that's all. And they were shaken and stuff. That's all. That's all you know. But then again, we know this is spiritual, and it's going to get worse and worse and worse. Let's keep on moving, beloved. Let's see what's going on around the world and here and all over.
2 teens accused of murder after an alleged crime spree goes viral make their first appearance in adult court. Thanks for joining us at 6. I'm Denise Valdez.
And I'm Brian Loftus. 8 News Now investigator Vanessa Murphy was there. Has more on this case along with never before heard details.
Denise and Brian, I've learned Jesus Ayala, the accused driver, appeared to show no.
Now, we talked about this before. Then again, beloved, we have to pay attention with the names, the dates, the numbers, the colors, the position, the location. This fellow name is Jesus Ayala or Jesus Ayala, okay? And Jesus ended up killing this guy. I forgot the name of the dude, but he was a police officer for like 40 years. He was 72 or 70 years or something like that, or 64. Jesus ended up killing the guy. And him and another 2/3 fellow, and they run over the dude. They just pick a random person and run over, okay? He was killed by Jesus Ayala or Jesus Ayala. The name Aya, Ayala, I believe. What does Ayala mean? Is that what that is? Let's listen to the name of the fellow first, because the codes are in the names and numbers.
Never before heard details.
Denise and Brian, I've learned Jesus Ayala, the...
Okay, Jesus Ayala. Well, it's Ayala, but it's Ayala. What does the name Ayala means?
According to Nameberry, Ayla origin and meaning. The name Ayla is girl's name of Hebrew, Turkish origin meaning oak tree or halo, moonlight.
This is Ayla. Ayala. What does the name Ayala means? There you go.
Deer or gazelle. According to the bump, meaning deer or gazelle, Ayala is a feminine name of Hebrew origin that is sure to keep that string in baby's step. Translating to deer or gazelle, this name is a beautiful choice to help baby's grace and elegance blossom.
Of course, we know the deer. The deer is very symbolic unto us. Isaac, he loves deer meat, aka venison. Just like cow meat is called beef, deer meat is called venison. It's a clean animal according to the law. And what's that fellow name again? The fastest one, the Flash, out of the 12 brothers. Zebulun. Was it Zebulun the Flash? Man, I forgot the name. No, Zebulun was the Flash, right? The guy that can run. In the book of Joshua, I believe Zebulun was the one that can run on top of... he can run on top of trees. He can run on top of grass without breaking them. In the book of Joshua, somebody put which brother that was. I believe it was Zebulun, aka the gazelle, okay, the deer. So maybe Jesus, Ayala, the anointed one. That's what Christ, Jesus. They butcher pretty much everything. But anyway, this has everything to do with us. So Ayala and Jesus, gazelle, deer, or venison, the liking, kill the guy, run over it, okay?
Accused driver appeared to show no remorse when he was taken into custody, even referring to the hit and run and telling an officer he'll get a slap on the wrist since he's in the juvenile system. As we've reported, he has a lengthy criminal history there, but he's not in the juvenile system anymore.
Jesus Ayala appearing in adult court for the first time Thursday, facing 18 charges, including murder.
Court does find probable
Okay, so he faced 18 charges. Then again, beloved, look at those two fellows. You see, I'm referring to them as two-third, although those guys, most likely they are not our people. But because of this video, we will refer them as... I'm sorry. Oh man, I'm sorry. Alright, it's just let me try to enlarge this. Alright, let me try to enlarge this so the people can see what's going on here. Now, let's say those guys somehow they are people. Let's give it the benefit of the doubt. See, this is why the mighty one leave the two-third. They are still here because they are expendable. Okay? Those dudes, for no reason, all right, they stole a car because they know the law is over there. They are teenagers. They still believe they are 18. This dude, the guy got a mustache, man. This is a man right there. Okay, both of them got mustache. Both of them, they are men. Okay, according to our law, the moment you reach puberty, women and men, a female and male, you become a woman or a man. You need to behave as such. But because those guys, they believe this law and they can do whatever they want and things like that, they think they do a bunch of stuff. This dude have 18 stuff in his background and his record. So when he walked there, look at the expression in their faces, brethren. They simply don't care. Like, yo, what are you gonna do? I don't care. They kill a captain, a police captain, or a police officer retired. Now, I don't blame those guys because this was the work of the Holy One. He made them, okay, 18, 1 plus 8, you know what to do. He made them take this police captain out, although the police captain fellow was retired. You have no idea what this police captain or this police sergeant or whoever that guy was doing to our people during the time he was on duty, during the time he was actively on duty. So the Holy One used two-thirds. Jesus was the dude that was driving. That the other fellow was the one who was driving. He used them. They are expendable. That's why when something happened to a two-third we shouldn't be care because they are expendable. The 2/3 are the NPC of Israel. They are the non-playable characters. The Mighty One just sent them to do something and dispose of them. Although those two guys will leave. Probably they're going to be behind bars forever. But they leave. But the police captain is not there. And they're probably going to get much respect when they get inside because they took out a cop. And that guy, he wasn't doing anything. He was just riding his bike and then they run over him, okay? Watch the facial expressions in those guys' faces, man. They simply don't care, okay?
For your arrest in this case.
His co-defendant, Jameer Keys, facing 3 charges.
Look at this dude's eyes. Look at their eyes. Yeah, hit his ass. Hit his
The are
ass.
accused of killing retired police chief Andy Probst.
He was a police chief. Captain, chief, or whatever.
Intentionally hitting him as he rode his bicycle in a designated bike lane. Ayala, the accused driver. Keys, the accused passenger who recorded this video. Metro police say this was the 3rd hit and run during their crime spree on August 14th. They're accused of hitting another cyclist earlier that morning, a 72-year-old man who survived. The 8 News Now investigators confirming all 3 hit and runs are on video. Police say the teens also stole 4 cars that day. Ayala, 17 at the time, now 18. Keys, 16 years old.
Look at the dude's eyes. You think those guys care? This dude in the background has a nice shirt for those of you who know. But this guy, yo, those dudes don't care, man. Those 2/3 really like, I don't give a crap, man. That is until when they get behind bars. Until they met the tougher guys. Guys that been there for years. And those fresh meat, weak dudes think they are strong. Those weak dudes came in there and they met those 200, 300 pound strong dudes over there. You know, you already got the hair. You know, you got the mustache. And then, you know, you're a weaker dude. So things going to happen in there. Up until that. And those guys realize, whoa, I want to get out, man. You know, I know the first 2 days, but I've been in there for like 3 years and it's happening every single day. So the past 3 years, I want to get out. And you're like, yo, man, you ain't going to get out. You got 50 more years to go there. You're 16, you're going to get out of here when you're 66. And that's when those guys going to start thinking. Because those dudes, they don't care. They simply don't give a crap.
Do you believe these teens should remain in custody, and what do you think is an appropriate bail amount for each of them?
Determination of whether somebody should remain in.
Again, beloved, we have to look at the numbers, okay? The dude behind him right there, you have 09. Of course, you can't make this up, judgment in the midst of them. And it's everywhere, okay? There is no way you can hide that, all right?
Custody is based upon whether they're a flight risk or danger to the community, okay? I believe they're potentially both. They have certainly proved that they are dangerous.
Clark County District Attorney Steve Wolfson also explaining how his office will work to prosecute both teens for murder.
Well, under law in Nevada and most any other
number
place,
9 is like right behind the dude, man.
Encourage, facilitate, or help in any way another person to commit a crime, you're equally guilty.
We've been digging for more details and just learned more about the video investigators say they found on Ayala's cell phone. A similar scene showing the teens laughing as the engine accelerated to hit the first cyclist who survived. We've learned one of them is heard saying, "bump him" a few times. The teens are expected back in court on Tuesday. We'll be there. Back to you, Brian.
So now, beloved, we're going to sit there and then say, okay, well, those guys, they are normal kids. Man, Big Levi, teen will be teen. When I was young, I used to do that. You know, when we were kids, we used to do that. We used to steal cars, run people over intentionally, and then upload it on that internet when we were kids. Yeah, people are going to sit there and try to convince you that this is a normal behavior. Or they will try to convince you even further. Big Levi, you have to understand, man, that's like mental illness. They are mentally sick. No, they're not. Those dudes know exactly what they were doing. They don't care. They simply do not care. I told you I have them in my family. I live around those guys. They live the I don't give a lifestyle, man. What you gonna do, dude? And when you watch those guys, beloved, you don't need to have some high spirituality. You don't need to be some medium or some kind of oracle or some kind of magician to watch the demonic side or the demon in them. You can just, by passing next to them, you can feel the energy on them. You're like, I don't want to be around those dudes. Watch the eyes. Watch the expression. Now you've been awake. Not only you are awake spiritually, you are awake not astrally. You can see things. You can see certain behavior. Like, there is no freaking way this dude is normal like us. There is nothing normal about this. All right, let's keep on moving, beloved brothers and sisters. How long will we do this thing? Oh, good grief. All right, let's see. Now, beloved, why is it, man? Why is it like every single time you turn on the news, it's never anything good that is concerning 83. Back then, this thing would have happened, and then they would have blamed black on black crime. They would have said, well, you know, this is the effect of black on black crime. Black men don't like. Back then, it would have been the black dude driving, and the guy that would be on the bike would have been a black police officer, and the passenger filming it would have been Jesus Ayala. But now things flip. Things flip, and they cannot call it black on black crime or, you know, 83 and 83 or white on white crime. They can call it anything, or they just call it random act of violence. Really. But when that thing was happening in the hood, it was not random act of violence. But every single time, back then in the 80s, 90s, early 2000s, when you turn on the news, the 6 o'clock, it's always ponder or pounding on our people. Well, the crack epidemic, you have to understand the black community, the AIDS, the syphilis, the this, that, low IQ and low employment and stuff like that, as if it is our fault. Well, stop playing the victim game. Pull yourself by the bootstraps. You know, LeBron James did it. You know, Michael Jordan did it. You know, Oprah is a billionaire. Why can't you? Pull yourself by the bootstraps. Stop playing the victim. Stop playing that. And now when things happen to them, you can tell them nothing. You can say, hey man, you people need to stop complaining about the rent. You need to stop complaining about food. Stop begging, all right? Help your fellow men instead. Send your money to Ukraine. They are fighting over there for freedom, goddammit. You need to, they don't like that. Don't be pointing things out. Why? Because Genesis 15 verse 13. And he said unto Abram, know of a surety that thy seed shall be a stranger in a land that is not theirs, and shall serve them, and they shall afflict them for 100 years. Yes, indeed, beloved brothers and sisters, Jews and Gentiles alike, we were afflicted and still being afflicted for 400 years. 1619 and 2019, the 400 years is over. Right after the 400 years, 2020 picked up, got in. Things were not the same. It never was. It never will be. And they had a locked out, not a lockdown. They are locked out. They can't come back in. It was not the elite. It was not the so-called the 1%. It was not the Bill Gates and Jeff Bezos and the DuPont and the Rockefellers. Okay, where are those guys? Where are the Rockefellers? Where are the DuPont? Oh, the DuPont, they are behind the scene. They are pulling string. Oh, really? Those guys that own pretty much everything, locked up the world, effed up their own thing. Yes, because they want to bring Jacob's trouble. Yes, because they want to bring they want to crash the system and bring the reset. No. Anytime you hear people talking about the reset was us being put in slavery, and every single thing got reset, and we were at the bottom, those people at the top. Now the reset is coming for them. Things are being resetting. They are descending at the bottom. We are ascending at the top, because, well, the 400 years is over. And also that nation whom they shall serve will I judge. And how the mighty one is judging the nation? Well, through the 10 plagues of the apocalypse of Abraham. Of course, we do have sorrow and fiery conflagration, and then the killing by the sword and all that stuff going on. So all those things, they are here, okay? All right, let's keep on moving, beloved.
If it took 6 months, that speaks volumes as to really who he is.
The 16-year-old girl who was hit by a buckshot pellet in her face.
There we go. Let's get the beginning.
There were emotional moments in a Tarrant County juvenile courtroom when a now 16-year-old received the maximum sentence for killing another student at Arlington Lamar High School in March. The minimum sentence he could have received was probation. Instead, the teen was sentenced to 40 years in confinement. Fox 4 Sean Rabbit.
All right, now
been following this case closely.
Let's watch this dude.
From Fort Worth.
They give him 40 years. Of course, it's symbolic. Okay, 40 days fast, 40 days in Noah's Ark, and things like that.
Clarice, Judge Alex Kim pronounced the verdict that this jury.
Okay, the judge name is Alex. Of course, put it in the chart room, so the one that are new here don't know what Alex stands for.
In just a little over an hour of deliberating, while they weren't gone out a long time, it was clear from the expressions on their faces they were pained by the decision they had to make today.
Sentence him to the Texas Juvenile Justice Department for 40 years.
It is the maximum sentence for killing Jayshawn Poirier when he fired shotgun blasts at a group of students outside Arlington's Lamar High School.
Okay, this dude in March came in with outside of the school with a shotgun and blast and shoot and kill this kid, the other kid, and then they sentenced him to 40 years in prison. Okay, because of course the kid is black. It happened in March. You see, they didn't take that long. They get rid of this dude like ASAP.
This was a hard case. This was a very hard case. Your verdict here sends a message to all of us.
Defense attorney Lisa Herrick said it was hard for the jurors as well. Many showed tear-stained faces, some wiping eyes as the verdict was read.
I can't imagine that this was an easy decision for them. This was very difficult.
And again, I don't know. I don't understand the Gentile system. If you're 16, you're 14, you murdered someone, you don't know what you're doing. You're too young. You don't know, you're not an adult yet. You don't know the consequences of your action. I don't know any other country except for the country that those people are ruling that do things like that. You see, anywhere, which is things like that don't happen 16-year-old and 14-year-old. See, in Haiti, a 15-year-old kills somebody with a shotgun like this. They'll take your head off, like right there. It's not like, oh, well, he need to learn and stuff. We got to give him 40 years and stuff like that. Now, then again, beloved, this dude, he looked like us. So they didn't take 2-3 years like they did with Nicholas, that guy that did the Marjorie school shooting over there in Florida and that place. You know, all the other school shooters. They take years to convict those guys. But this dude take like 6 months. And then they got him down.
And honestly, their tears showed us that they took their decision very seriously, and we respect their verdict.
Jurors not the only ones crying in court. The teenager who is now sentenced sobbed and physically shook as prosecutor Lloyd Welchel in his closing called the boy and his actions in March cold, calculated, and purposeful.
That's what it was. That's what it was, man. You know, it's not like something those dudes just randomly just do something like that. They calculate it. They are cold. They know what's going to happen after that. They like, I don't give a... Listen, this behavior started when they were kids, when they were little. When they do things, their mothers never correct them. Their parents never correct them. Whatever that they do, they always get away with it. They lie, they cheat, they do everything. Everything that they do is good. So they go up like that. I know people like this that go up like that. Literally spend their entire lives lying, cheating, doing people wrong. And they always get away with it. And they think, yo, I always get away. All I'm going to do, I'm going to just like, you know, act like I'm crying. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Like I did to my mom. And then he will let me go. Remember that guy that was doing all those robbery? And like, I'm so sorry and stuff. And the judge say, you're going to jail for 40 years. And they're like, this is some bullshit, man. This is some bullshit. Because every time they let him out, he did the same thing. They give him 40 years. And the guy was like, he was in his 30s, late 30s. Let's say you were 35, so to speak. 40 years, man, you're going to get out when you're 70, 75. Most likely, you may not get out at all. you may not get out. Okay, you're a teenager, you're 16, and then 40 years in prison, and you get out when you're 56. This is no joke, man. You know, this is no joke. 40 years from now, this is going to be a total different place, man. This is going to be a very different place. Like, when you get out, you're like, what the hell is going on out there? What is it? When I was out there was COVID and stuff, and black people were at the bottom. What's going on now? So, yeah.
Well, then maybe this finally dawned on him the seriousness of what he did.
Exactly.
6 months, that speaks volumes as to really who he is.
The 16-year-old girl who was hit by a buckshot pellet in her face, and her mom speaking to us as well. We've obscured their faces and won't use their names.
As of right now, I do feel content with the verdict. It feels like he does deserve it, even though he is a child himself.
An educator herself says she has prayed for Jashawn Poirier and his family.
Okay, this is the kid that they killed. Okay, they just shot the guy, they killed him, man. Those teenagers now, beloved, they simply do not care, brethren. You see, back then, I don't know what, okay, new generation, I don't know what happened. When I was that, like those kids, I never, for the life of me, had any idea or any thoughts of doing things like that. I was worrying 99.99% about girls. I was trying to get my affair in order so I can get girls. I was training in karate so I can kick ass and then show girls how tough I was. I was worrying about making music for girls. I was worrying about eating for girls. I was worrying about doing all the other things. I don't know about other people if they had to go get gun and shoot another person just to prove a point. You know? When I was a teenager, I never got into a fight. When I was younger as a kid, I got into multiple useless fights over dumb stuff like, you know, marble game and things like that. We get into fist fight and things like that. But as a teenager, once I reached like 13, 14, no, 12, 11. Once I reached 11 years old, I was well aware of my action. And I knew if I do anything like that, I will get caught and I will spend the rest of my life in prison, or they could kill me. But those dudes now, they simply don't give. That's all.
Family, as well as the boy facing potentially 40 years and his family.
Sometimes people, and not just children, but people have a hard time expressing themselves in a way to say I'm being hurt, but to hurt someone that is totally innocent is not okay.
Apparently this is not, I don't think that was his target. Apparently that wasn't his target. It could, but he hurt that girl because it was a shotgun. They got multiple pellets. He hurt that girl. So anyway.
So again, he's sentenced to 40 years for the capital murder and the attempted capital murder, but he's in the juvenile system. He has to serve at least 10 before he's eligible for release. Here's how it will work. Because he is in the juvenile system, before his 19th birthday, he will come back here. Judge Alex Kim will hold a hearing May of 2026 to determine whether he has been rehabilitated. If he has, the judge can release him from confinement, place him on parole for the remainder of that 10-year sentence. If not, the judge will transfer him to the adult prison system where he will serve his time.
Sean, thank you.
Yeah, so this is crazy, man. This is crazy. Now, those teens out there, those guys, they don't give a crap, man. They'll kill you. All right?
Is dead and a man has been arrested. Ford Hatchett joins us live with an update on that developing situation. Ford?
Good evening, Christine. Yeah, that standoff is over. The scene now contained, though investigators are still looking into what exactly happened. We do know a 73-year-old man is now in custody after a pat.
The man is 73. You know what to do. Do your thing.
Junction police say he shot and killed a neighbor earlier today. We'll show you some video of these investigators on scene from earlier this afternoon. It all started a little after 1 o'clock when police received a call about a person who had been shot. Once they got here, they found one person shot in the head and another wielding a gun. We saw the chief of police on scene as officers evacuated the neighboring homes and blocked off the street. The man with a gun barricading himself inside his home as police tried to coax him out.
After numerous attempts, suspects fired a couple more rounds within inside his dwelling.
and eventually responded to our negotiators' phone calls and our SWAT team operators, and evacuated without any further danger to himself or others.
And the majority of this street has now been reopened. People can come back home after those evacuations. Again, some of those houses still under evacuation as police continue to investigate. Police say right now they don't know what type of altercation or argument led to this shooting. All of that still under investigation as they continue to work here in Apache Junction. Fort Hatchet, ABC 15, Arizona.
Apparently there was some kind of argument, some kind of thing going on, and the 73-year-old just shot that guy in the head. Beloved, and people gonna sit there and say, but Big Levi, you have to understand, things like that, they used to happen all the time. No, they won't. No, they did not. No, they didn't. It's not every day you turn on the news, you keep seeing kids are killing kids, old people are killing other people, people are killing their children, and things like that. And a lot of those people, beloved, they are not our people. Okay? So something is going on here. And what's going on? The blessing is over and the curses is upon those people. Okay? That's what's going on. All right, let's see what's going on with the next step.
Family members tell Fox 5's Joy Dukes they can't even begin to process just what happened.
I fell out because this is not what you want to see.
For Westside resident Kiwi Ashmead, the site of this crime scene on Evans Street Saturday was dramatic.
Supposed to go on a family vacation next week, and now we're not going with my nephew. Instead, we have to bury up my nephew.
She identified her nephew, 20-year-old Jacoby Maddox, as one of the 3 people Atlanta police detectives say were shot and killed when an argument escalated to gunfire just after 1 p.m. Maddox was a father to a 1-year-old boy.
He was a tall, gentle giant, very respectable. Unfortunately, the streets got a hold of him.
As a longtime resident, this woman, who identified herself as TT but did not want her face shown, says she's seen just how dangerous the streets can be. She says she was there in the moments leading up to the shooting.
2 guys arguing over who got money and who pistol is the biggest. I say it's very concerning about what's going on now. It's getting very outrageous over here now with the senseless killing, senseless shooting.
Resident Monique Burston echoed those concerns, telling Fox 5 she lost her own daughter to gun violence in 2017.
I feel that it's sad that mothers like me have to bury our children. Our children are not burying us anymore. We're burying them.
West End residents say shootings are an everyday occurrence. And while it seems more and more youth are being named the victims, they're calling on parents and city officials to take more action to address it.
But our city need to get it together. You mayors in the past that have said what y'all was going to do for our kids, then didn't get done, pay attention.
In Atlanta, Joy Dukes, Fox 5 News.
All right, so apparently two-thirds got into an argument who has the most money and who has the bigger gun. And then there was a shootout, then 3 people died there, man. Who got more money? I have more money than you, nigga. What's up? You got right here, man. You know, I'm making rain, man. What's up, man? Nigga, what this nigga? People die. It happened all the time. I saw those guys always arguing either this celebrity have that much money or they have this much money and this have the... Then that's what happened. And people was like, but Big Levi, we need to pray for those 2/3 and things like that. See, the 2/3 didn't get it back then, they won't get it now. So that's why they are being removed. That woman said in 2017 she lost her daughter to gun violence. Yes. For no reason, man. For the dumbest reason you could possibly imagine. The dumbest reason you could possibly imagine. That's what those guys are killing each other for. Yo, you think you got more money than me, dude? Let me see your money. Not only I got more money than you, nigga, I got more gun. My gun is bigger than you. And I can kill you too. And that's what happened. Okay? So, that's what's going on, man. And the 2/3, they have to go. They have to go, man. They have to. It's not like something we like, oh, Big Leaf, we have to bring them with us. Or if the two-thirds don't get it, we're going to go back to Jacob Shovel. Oh, really? Because now you got 3 2/3, or whoever those guys were. Most likely they're not even our people. They get killed because of what they did, which the nation have nothing to do with that. And the Most High will look and say, you see what happened? But I'm going to put them in Jacob Shovel again. Let's bring Jacob Shovel because the 2/3 never learned. They were not made to learn. You know, crazy. Let's keep on moving.
This week for the Arlington police officer killed while on his way to work.
The 24-year veteran was killed along I-20 in Dallas County, and the sheriff's office is now making a desperate plea for leads, looking for the driver who ran over Officer Darren McMichael and then just kept going.
Wow.
Dion Anglin joins us from outside of the growing memorial. Dion.
Hi there, Heather. Well, through the weekend sunshine and rain, the memorial for Arlington Officer McMichael is still prominently here outside the department headquarters. Earlier, an employee was here to rearrange it all, because it continues to grow. More flowers and mementos.
Let me see. Let's enlarge this, of course. You know, this picture over there, the flowers, and this is a police car with the blue thing, you know, back the blue. So till now they don't know who did this thing.
A growing tribute to honor the memory of Arlington PD motorcycle officer Darren McMichael.
Darren Michael. People think we are making these things up. We are not. Now, beloved, we must question. It seems like there is a lot of police officers that are catching hell. But they never said or they never showed those dirty things those guys did. Those folks could be police officers during the day. They could be gang members shooting our people up there in Chicago at night. They could be police officers during the day. They could be robbers and rapists killing and raping our women at night. And then again, they come up, they blame it to some dude, some brother walking down the street. Oh, another dude they already caught for a crime. And then they're like, we can't really charge him for like stealing a CD player. Let's add this upon it. You have no idea what this dude done to deserve that. I mean, he was going to work or at work, and somebody hit him and killed him. Crazy.
People mourning the department's loss stop to pray and share gratitude for the officer's life and service.
Felt the need that I needed to come pay my respects. As I do with every fallen officer, I always go and pay my respects.
You always got one of those dudes, you know, we need to support the policemen. They are doing a great job out there. You know, keeping us safe. You know? Like the police officers over there in Libya that keep the Derna folks, the Derna resident safe. Yeah.
A North Texas Crime Stoppers reward of $5,000 now bolsters the Dallas County investigation and search for a hit-and-run driver of a dark sedan. Sheriff's officials say the person struck the officer as he fell over on his bike after bumping a vehicle in front of him. That driver didn't bother to stop. It was Thursday around 6 a.m. on Interstate 20 near St. Augustine Drive. Adults of all ages, also parents with small children, have shown up outside Arlington Police Headquarters. The growing memorial, according to Kathy Mitchell, an insightful and
Kathy Michael, Daniel, and the mist.
Teachable moment for her kids.
The police are such a big...
See, her name is Kathy or Katie Mitchell. Well, of course, we know what Mitchell stands for. You know what's going on.
Part of our community, and I want them to be able to understand that it's important to show your respect to the officers.
The Dallas County Sheriff's Department continues to ask for help in locating the person who struck Officer McMichael. They say the reward has yielded a few tips, but thus far have not panned out toward an arrest.
Yo, like, you give 5 G's, man. Like, give $50,000 reward, and you will find this guy. You know, 5,000 is nothing in this time, man. You know, you guys got billions to send to Ukraine, and then when it comes to your own police officers to give the money to find a fellow that did this, you giving 5 G's, man. Ah, come on.
Meantime, Officer McMichael's family is on the minds of many.
To know that people are there, people are praying for them, people are supporting them, standing by them, because in situations like this, they need to know that they're not alone. There are people are there that they're being covered.
It breaks my heart, but it also, you feel the love of the community for the officer.
A memorial, a visitation for Officer McMichael is set for tomorrow, Tuesday, at Wade Funeral Home in Arlington. His funeral is set for Wednesday at Crossroads Christian Church in Grand Prairie.
Yeah, so what's going on, man? Those cops are catching hell out there, man. There's a lot going on with those guys. Crazy. Oops, let's keep on moving.
About a deadly train crash in Plant City last night. 6 people died after a train collided with their SUV. And right now, the one passenger who survived is at the hospital with serious injuries. The Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office has now identified all 7 people who were inside the SUV. We've put those names on your screen here. And
okay, those are the 7 people that were in the car, and 6 of them are no more, right? Jose G. Hernandez, Enedelia Hernandez, 50. Jose is 52. You know what to do. Enedelia Hernandez is 50. Jakub A. Lopez is 17. You know what to do. Alisa Hernandez is 17. You know what to do. Analeila Hernandez is 22. You know what to do. And Julian Hernandez is 9. You got at least 5 family members, no more, and 1 crash virgin. This is not normal. You lost 5 family members. I'm assuming that was the one with the last name, Hernandez, and then Lopez could be a friend or whatever that came in alone, but all of them, beloved, at once. And the only guy that survived is, I don't know, maybe Lopez. One of them survived. This is not normal. Things are going on out there, man.
you can see the ages range from 52 years old to just 9 years old. The passenger who survived is only 23. Tonight we hear from his aunt, who has a plea for the public. 10 Tampa-based Miguel Octavio spoke with her a few hours ago about what her nephew needs right now.
Behind me off of US 92 in Plant City is where that train collided with an SUV. 7 people were inside. The only survivor, Guillermo Gama, is still in the hospital. His aunt says his family is doing everything they can to keep him alive. A Saturday night.
I need that to come back. I need that to come back.
Bobby Gama wishes he'd taken another route.
It just doesn't seem fair.
Her nephew, Guillermo Gama, picked up for a party, but moments later, the 23-year-old ended up at Lakeland Regional instead.
Now, beloved, we talk about this. We keep talking about that. We talk about this, and we will talk about that. This is not the time for party with friends, going around and enjoy the night, you know, drinking, smoking with the homies and all this nonsense. This is not what that is, beloved. This is not, I don't know, maybe I'm getting old because I'm seeing too much and I'm becoming afraid. Maybe it's that. Or I become wiser and like, I watch way too many news, and I'm seeing a pattern here, man. This is not the time to go out there and party and do nonsense, man. Stay your ass home, man. If you don't have to go somewhere, you don't go. That's all. But hey.
The 6 others in the SUV did not survive.
There's a part of me that kind of feels guilty because there's my nephew and they don't have theirs.
The Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office says the driver did not stop.
Our hearts are shattered for the loss of this family.
The crash happened after 6:45 in the evening. Sheriff Chad Chronister says the train conductor tried to warn the driver. News of the train collision has the hearts of people across the street racing.
It's honestly the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. It really is.
For now, Bobby longs for the day she can hug her caring and loving nephew, working full-time and as a student. She's hoping money raised through GoFundMe will help keep him alive.
But prayer's free. Doesn't cost nothing.
That's it, you know. It's completely the opposite. Your prayers are not free. You see, our people think prayer probably the most expensive stuff you can do. Prayers is probably the most costly thing you can do for someone. See, when you pray for someone, that means you intercept, and you actually, if you don't know how to pray, you could accumulate that person karma. That's why every single time those so-called 83 get into trouble, the economy get into trouble, would they bring in the church to pray? Would they bring upon the ley line to pray? Our people. Because they know that they want money, they need stuff, or we got to pray for America, pray for the soldiers, pray for us, pray for this. And then we do pray, and then we get things happen to us because we get part of the karma. But the moment 2020, when we stop praying for those people, look what's going to happen now. Don't ever listen to people say, okay, prayer is free stuff. Nah, man. We study in the initiation into Hermetic that, hey, if you step in and somebody else karma, you're going to pay either half of it or the whole karma. So I understand people are going through certain pain out there. We did warn the Gentiles. We told them, hey, get unto us if you need prayers, but we got ignored. We spent 3 years online praying, and we got ignored. So now, hey, send your prayer. Okay, well, yeah, okay, all right.
Just even a couple of words, that's it. That's all. I'd be more appreciative of that than anything.
Another crash took place here more than 2 years ago involving a train. The driver of a truck did not survive. Neighbors who live nearby say they hope they won't have to witness another deadly crash take place here. In Plant City, Miguel Octavio, 10 Tampa Bay.
Okay, what's this?
The train involved there was affiliated with CSX. A spokesperson says the company extends its deepest sympathies to everyone impacted and is working to support law enforcement with its investigation.
Yeah. Train, they didn't see the train, and of course, are those the people? Are them? It seems like it's them. Let's watch this.
I do want to get back into the headlines right here, and a story that we brought you as breaking news yesterday. This is out of Florida, where 6 people were killed.
Okay, let's look at the family here. There you go. So you got 6 people. The only dude that survived was this guy, right? He is the only guy that somewhat survived. Then the entire... Wait, there's a 17-year-old boy in there. Or no, or Alania. She's a female. But anyway, let me see. Yes, those are the 7 folks that were at that birthday or party or whatever that was. I'm assuming they all gone except for this dude, and I believe he was a nephew. I don't know what's going on, but okay, can you imagine, brethren, this is all your family and they all gone? Can you imagine the pain, man? All of your family members, brothers, sisters, they all gone. You are the only one that is there. You gotta ask yourself, but what did we do to deserve that? What happened in the car? Was it an argument? I'm assuming he was the driver or she was the driver. And then they said, I'm going to drive right in front of the train. Oh, no, you don't. Okay, well, go ahead, do that. Do that. You see what I'm going to do. Do that. And then whoever, just go ahead and drive in front of the train. Was it an argument? Or was it done because this dude or she was going through some crisis and they decided, hey, I'm going to take all of you out? Or was it just an accident? Your entire family, man. Judgment is heavy out there. Great glory. Let's keep on moving.
Prepare for a wet commute and possibly messy commute home. Looking live right now over I-5 in Seattle, where a lot of us are learning very quickly how well our wipers and tires are going to be working for these next few months. The rain has been causing issues all day on the roads, especially with troopers responding to dozens of crashes just within the past 24 hours. They are urging all of us to take it slow. One major issue we've been tracking over the past few hours is this dump truck crash on US 2 in Gold.
Look at the face.
In the last few minutes, 15 minutes, all of those lanes have reopened. The Department of Ecology, though, they're still working to clean up the fluid and fuel that has leaked into a nearby stream.
Great glory. Let's keep on moving.
School marching band headed off to band camp. Instead, this is a weekend of mourning and healing after the band's bus flew off the highway, killing 2 adults and injuring at least 40 more. We're now hearing from one of the injured students who survived. Amber Cogliano reports.
We got flipped over, like really badly.
This teen was on board the bus carrying a high school marching band and survived. The bus plunged into a ravine as it was taking the students to band camp.
Once the rolling stopped, I saw a lot of blood and stuff, kids' faces were bleeding.
14-year-old Timmy Broderick plays in the brass section in the Farmingdale High School marching band on Long Island.
They had the kids separated from the worst injuries to second worst to the third worst.
Imagine getting a call like this from your child.
I received a call from him saying that he was on an ambulance. He's okay, he's on an ambulance, he's going to get checked out at the hospital.
The beloved band director, 43-year-old Gina Pelletieri, was killed in the crash.
Okay, she's 43, she's no more.
Also losing her life was 77-year-old retired teacher Beatrice Ferrari, who was chaperoning the students on their trip.
She'd been doing...
Okay, so, beloved, listen, man. Look, the blessing is over. The fun is over. The party is over. Please, folks, stop pretending things are back to normal. You can't, man, that dude in the back right there got enough of this. The guy, yo, this guy in the back, yo, man, he tired of this Haitian. Yo, you Negroes know this Haitian's done, man. Stop doing this nonsense and pretending, oh, we're gonna go marching band like we used to do pre-2020. We're going to go around and party and have birthday and nothing going to happen to us. Hey, there you go. This thing happened. Anyway, man. This dude in the back.
Doing this for years. She was a volunteer. She loved to go on school trips.
Dozens were injured, 5 of them critically. The bus that crashed was one of a convoy carrying the students to band camp in Greeley, Pennsylvania. As the other buses returned to Long Island last night after the tragedy, anxious parents embraced their kids.
The governor of New York says it's likely that a faulty front tire contributed to the accident. The NTSB is investigating. Meantime, the school was open today with grief counselors on hand.
Great glory. Yeah, you guys don't want to tell them the real reason, but anyway. Oh, it's 10 o'clock. All right, then. Let's keep on moving.
death of a 1-year-old at a Bronx daycare.
And it comes as we've learned the search for the daycare owner's husband has now expanded. CBS 2's Allie Bauman live in our newsroom now with the breaking details. Allie.
Maurice and Christine, Renny Antonio Para Paredes was arraigned in federal court this morning. He's charged with conspiracy to distribute narcotics, resulting in death. But sources tell CBS 2 police are still searching for the daycare owner's husband, who they believe may have fled to his native Dominican Republic. It was 10 days ago that 1-year-old Nicholas Dominici died and 3 other babies were hospitalized after being exposed to fentanyl at a Bronx daycare.
And I don't think that guy go to the Dominican Republic. He won't do this. It won't go there because they will find him there. You know, because this thing is big. It's big, so they will find him there. So this thing is big, man. You kill those kids with that fentanyl. So then again, a lot of people, they don't want to be us. They don't want to be called black. Like we told you before, if you want a Dominican to be your enemy, call him black. If you want him to kill you, call him Haitian. And now suddenly people want we need the black folks to come over here and pray and be with us. Where are all my Haitian brethren? We need to come over there and come together. You know? Now you guys need us. Okay.
Charged Paredes, a third person, in connection with his death. They claim large quantities of narcotics were being stored under floorboards, on playmats, and in the closet of the daycare. The daycare's owner, Gray Mendez, and her husband's cousin, Carlisto Acevedo Brito, were arrested a few days after the baby's death. The DEA alleges Paredes, nicknamed El Gallo or the Rooster, played an instrumental role in this drug distribution operation. Investigators claim in searching his apartment, they found tools and instruments that are used to prepare and distribute narcotics, including strainers, tape, a grinder, plastic bags, and digital scales. Law enforcement also say they found what appears to be 2 clear bags filled with a grayish powder and a rectangular brick-shaped package which appeared to contain drugs. The indictment alleges officials also found glassine envelopes with the same red stamp reading Red Dawn that was found in the daycare. If found guilty of the charges, Paredes faces 20 years to life in prison. And as for the owner's husband, well, sources tell us the NYPD has notified national police in the Dominican Republic. We're live in the newsroom. Allie Bauman, CBS 2 News.
Okay, Allie, thank you.
Crazy. A lot of crazy ish going on out there. Let's keep on moving, beloved. Wait, hang on. How long we are into this thing? Have we passed that 1 hour mark? Because YouTube always get an hour. Oh, we already did. Let's take another 4 minutes, make it 20. So, oops, let's put this back there. All right, let's take another 4 minutes to complete that.
After a graphic alligator attack in Largo, the daughter of the 41-year-old victim is speaking out. This tragic incident happened Friday evening on 134th Avenue North. That's near McKay Creek, where officials found parts of a body in an alligator's mouth. Fox 13 Jennifer Veglas is here tonight. Jennifer, you spoke with the daughter. What do we know about the victim?
Yeah, so we know that 23-year-old Brianna Doris now has to plan a funeral for her 41-year-old mother, Sabrina Peckham. Doris tells me her mom was living in a homeless camp in a wooded area nearby, but never expected to hear from Largo police on Friday that her mom died from an alligator attack.
Every second of every day, in the back of my head, I'm like, oh, she's gonna walk through the door. Like, this is all a nightmare, but it's not.
Tonight, Brianna Doris is at a loss for words, still processing how her mom, Sabrina Peckham, was killed just a few days ago here by a 14-foot alligator.
Knowing that's how she went, it wasn't painless, it wasn't fast, it wasn't easy, she struggled.
Doris says Peckham was living in the woods nearby, but every morning and every evening, her mom would stop by to see her grandkids. When she didn't show up Thursday evening and Friday morning, Doris knew something wasn't right. Hours later, FWC and Largo PD received multiple calls from people spotting the alligator with a human body part in its mouth. Our Skyfox cameras capturing the scene at the creek, where tonight a makeshift memorial with flowers and balloons are posted. Doris says despite Peckham's criminal history of trespassing and drug possession, she wants people to know how big her mother's heart was.
selfless, 100% selfless. She was homeless herself, but it didn't matter. She'd give you the last piece of food on her plate. She would give you the shirt off of her back if she needed to.
Now, Peckham's official cause of death is still under investigation, but you can count on us to share the results from the medical examiner's office once they are released. Lloyd.
Fox 15's Jennifer Veglas reporting for us tonight. Jennifer, thanks.
Now, you know what? Let me just put this right here so I can. There you go. Now, beloved, this incident, wild beasts will be their grave, which is plague number 7. And you are seeing there is a lot of unusual attack and a shark attack, alligator attack, snake, hawk attack, things that you question yourself, like, why is it those things keep happening to those people? Back then, those things used to happen to us, but now it's happening to them. Now, beloved, since we are done with the part 1, we will go to part 2. You can go look for it, which we will recommend, or you can wait for it. We will see you in part 2, okay? Shalom, beloved, and stay safe out there. This is not the time to party. This is not the time to go out there and play around. This is the time for meditation and prayer. Shalom. See you in part.